Welcome to selfimprovementtips.com. Hi, this is Steve Scott, business coach, author, and event speaker, and I thank you for taking a few minutes of your time to learn about self-improvement tips. What's in it for you? That's really the question. Well, seldom will your income, your happiness, your peace of mind, your self-confidence, your fulfillment in life, seldom will it ever exceed your self-improvement. So self-improvement is crucial to having the business and life we all desire. So how do you go about doing that? Well, it's really quite simple. It all starts and ends with you. What do you want to do in order to self-improve? There's a story about a wise man who lived in the desert of what is today Saudi Arabia back in ancient times, and people would come from 100 miles around to seek out his wisdom. One day a little boy showed up, and the wise man was so excited because he'd never had anybody so young. He didn't know the little boy was there to trick him. And the little boy had a dove in his hands, and he said to the wise man, "Wise man, I'm going to close my hands over the dove, and before I open them, I want you to tell me whether the dove will be dead or alive." The wise man replied, "It will be as you wish." With self-improvement, it will be as you wish. It all starts and ends with you. So what are some of the steps that we go through for self-improvement? First of all, we have to change our thinking. And what's interesting, when you change your thinking, you'll change your habits. And when you change your habits, you'll change your activity. And when you change your activity, you will change your results. But here's the best part. When you change your results, you will change your life. And that's what this is really about. You are an entrepreneur in the business of life. Yes, your life is your business. So what are you going to do to improve it, to make it more fulfilling, to allow you to be of significance to others? These are all great questions, but how do we go about that? Well, most of us go to school at some point in time, so remember this. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Selfimprovementtips.com is about your self-education. And your fortune is not measured just in wealth. Very often, matter of fact, fortune can be measured in the quality of good relationships. And I would say personally that that's probably the most important thing in your life. You can have lots of money, you can have lots of assets, but if you don't have good relationships, life is really no fun. And self-improvement absolutely starts catapulting you toward having better relationships. So what is offered here on this website? Well, there are two levels that you can look at. The first one is level 1, and it's completely free. And what I offer there is my Progress Set Free ebook. Very often we are trying to make progress, but we have put ourselves in bondage to our own thinking, habits, etc. So the ebook has about 20 sections that look at various areas where you can start focusing on your self-improvement and moving forward. The second thing you'll receive are the first 2 sections of my audio mini course, Imprisoned by Progress and the Treadmill Philosophy. One of the foundations of self-improvement is purposeful activity, and this audio mini course starts to address that. Then there's level 2. And level 2 takes you under the hood of the engine of your self-improvement. This goes much, much deeper, and there are quite a few things offered here that will absolutely keep you moving on your path to self-improvement. After all, what we really want to do is we want to accelerate the process of your successful performance. And the way we do that is by continually having self-improvement. It's like having a car, and when it runs out of gas, it stops. What we want to do with continual self-improvement is we always want to have fuel in the engine of your vehicle to become all that you can be in order to attract the business and life that you want. So, I have 4 self-study guides that I offer. The first one is Character Secrets of Successful Entrepreneurs. Remember, you are an entrepreneur. You're in the business of your own life. Character is the foundation of everything. You can do things in self-improvement, but if your character is not good, you will sabotage whatever it is you try to do. So character is extremely important, good place to start. There are 14 sections that will go through various aspects of character. The second guide that is offered is Personal Development Secrets of Successful Entrepreneurs. Once again, this is 14 sections also, but personal development is the foundation of all self-improvement. So where are you going to develop yourself in order to have the self-improvement? This gives you some ideas and ways to go about it and asks you some questions to help get you going. Now, the third self-study guide is the 8 pieces of the business and life puzzle. And I really enjoyed this one because business and life really do go together. Too often we hear about business and life as an either-or situation. Here's the key to having the life you want. You have to look at things as both and instead of either or. So this self-study guide of 8 sections gets you to start looking at your business and life together and self-improvement in both those areas. The next guide is Business Keys to Success. Now this has 20 topics that you can focus on to bring self-improvement to the business of your life and also in your business. There is crossover everywhere. They aren't mutually exclusive. One of the things I found is the most successful people have happiness. And they have happiness because they have this both and attitude. And they understand that they have to develop personally in order to enjoy their businesses more and their life more. You can have a lot of money, and that's great. But if you're an unhappy person, guess what? Now you have more options to be miserable. So once again, self-improvement is about giving you that happiness and satisfaction in order to move forward. Next, there are blog posts that are focused on self-improvement. So this gives you some reading to supplement whatever is in these courses that appeals to you. And what's nice is you can just pick an area and get started. So maybe you're really interested in one area of self-improvement. Maybe you want to become a better public speaker. So that's where you start. Self-improvement, as I say, is totally up to you. Also, in level 2, you will receive the other 8 sections of the audio mini course, Imprisoned by Progress and the Treadmill Philosophy. And once again, purposeful activity is so important, but sometimes we fake ourselves out and confuse activity with achievement. This will help you start separating purposeful activity from activity that's not. And you think that may be easy, but I can tell you from my own life experience, very often we end up doing things that we think are getting us where we want to go, but they really are not. So once again, self-improvement is about change. And what's interesting, change is inevitable in all our lives. Every day we get older. That's just a great example right there. But growth is optional. Here's what I want you to think about. You can actually grow smaller. So self-improvement is a way to always keep growing bigger and to have a fuller and better life. You also receive 2 coaching videos. Now these are very important. One is on self-improvement itself. So this gives you a foundation which to start from on self-improvement. Now the second video has to do with fear. And the reason I picked fear is we're not born with courage, nor are we born with fear. But until we overcome the negative beliefs our fears represent, we remain in bondage to them. That's what keeps so many of us from going through the process of true self-improvement. So I discuss fear and some ways to overcome the fear in order to move forward to become the person you need to be in order to attract the business and life you desire. And then the very last item that is part of level 2, and I think is absolutely critical, is I've written a book, Wings to Fly. It is a daily reader that focuses every day on a different self-improvement topic. This gives you something to look at to feed your mind. Your mind is a muscle. And if we don't feed our minds regularly with things that are causing us to think about how we can improve, we have a tendency to stop. So Wings to Fly is your daily liftoff to soar to new heights in your business and life. So that's what's in level 2. And I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me today to learn about selfimprovementtips.com. So sign up today and get started to becoming the person you want to be in order to have the business and life you desire. Self-improvement is about accelerating the process of your successful performance. Once again, this is Steve Scott I thank you for your time, and I wish you the best. Thank you.